6 of them at the end of the night. Alrighty. Well, fuck it. We're here. Shit, I don't know what episode it is, but Ebnog, this is your third time being back on the pod, man. And you brought somebody with you. Can you introduce yourself a little bit, please, sir?
Yes, my name's Avery, and I guess we're here to talk about the album we made together.
So what's just your second album, third album?
Second
album, man. So when does it come out? Tonight?
No. So this is the first time I've announced this, but it comes out July 7th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So this will be out by then.
Month from now. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put that cord like up?
Yes, I can.
There you go. Sweet. All right. So yeah. So how did this happen? How did this collaboration come to be?
Well, I've been friends with Evan since high school, so we we just been friends for a while, and he started making music last fall, I guess, or started sending me stuff, and then I kind of started doing that a few months later.
Yeah, I think ever since we both started making music, we were like, we have to make something together, but we didn't realize it was going to be this much music together. Yeah.
How much music is it?
It's 11 songs.
Nice.
And we had 3 throwaways, so yeah, it was quite a bit. It was crazy. It was all made in the span of a month, too, so.
So last time we talked to you, you had said this was right before you were gonna do your second performance, your second live performance.
Yeah.
But I remember you saying that you were gonna take a break from music, or it was just kind of a project. You weren't gonna consider yourself a musician. So what changed?
I had a lot of people. I think the view of myself not being a musician came from my dad was a musician, so I didn't view myself as a real musician. So I don't know. I've just talked to people around me, and they were like what you do is music, and I was like, oh well, yeah, I guess. And I guess the more I sat on it, the more I accepted. I was like, damn, I guess I am a musician of some sort. so yeah. But yeah. And I also mentioned a while back on a conversation pit about doing a solo album, but that just kind of turned into this. So
how did that happen? Did you hit him up? What's
Yeah, well, he came home for the summer, and I was like, bring your shit over and let's just jam out. And so we jammed. I don't know if it was the first or second jam that we made, the C, but that's already out. But yeah, and then we were like, that was fun. So we just kept doing it, and the more we did it, the more songs we had. So
is it just y'all two the whole time, or is there other people on there as
just
well?
Us.
Just
us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed I saw your first 2 performances. I saw you at the house show, and then I saw you at the Locust Showcase. One of the funnest times I had with this scene. Yeah, that Locust show, man, that was a great show.
Thank
with
you.
you opening up with Velvet Grove coming in.
Yeah,
that was a great one.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I love your old school style of punk. I love it's very Germs Beastie Boys when they did punk. It's very hardcore, just very fast motion. I enjoy your style of punk a lot.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We do quite a few punks, I would say, sounding songs at least on this album as well. So I'm really excited for that.
Will that Dark Wave song be on this album?
Yes.
Okay, that was hard.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I sent you a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was this album heavily influenced by the success of the first one, and your feelings after the first one?
Yeah. So honestly, after the release of my first album, I just I was like, I feel like I already was wanting to do better. So I made My Routine, which was a step up in production, I would say. And I just kept wanting to push myself. And so that's where Avery came in, because he brought in guitars, which can bring in either like a really harder tone or a really softer tone. And so I had like all these different ranges to experiment with and stuff like that when it came to singing. And so it just like took it a whole step further, and it was exactly where I wanted it to go. And we work so well together. Like we've been really, really good friends for a while, and so we just communicate really well together. And when one of us has an idea, we just build off of each other really quickly, and it's really nice. Yeah.
So like musically, and like you might want to also expand on this, but like, do you guys kind of have like similar music tastes, or is it almost like colliding in a sense to where you kind of have to like pick and choose like aspects of each other? I think the aspect of collaboration is so cool. You know what I mean? So I'm always so curious about that.
I'd say that like our music taste is overall so similar that it just kind of ends up to where we have, I'd say, probably a similar like creative vision for it.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean,
love
like,
the exact same
because like it's like when I speak to you, it's like, and like when I hear your stuff, I get, and I don't take this as an insult, I get really like heavy like I Dress vibes, but only because he's like such like a multi-dimensional musician. Like I know every I Dress album I'm gonna listen to is not gonna sound like the last. You know what I mean?
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But there's also like so many like mixing genres within, you know, his albums and stuff.
He was totally
And his
an
features.
influence.
Yeah,
for
I
this
love
album.
Idris.
He goes hard. I fucking the biggest unknown dude.
He's great.
Yeah.
We just love the way that he like, yeah, he just doesn't stick to one style. And so, yeah, who would you say our influences were for this album? I would say him, King Cruel, probably.
Gila Band.
Gila Band.
You've
Yeah,
been-
I've talked
yeah,
about them
you've
before.
brought them on the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, for me, actually, the way I made the outro, I was listening to Starflyer 59. Y'all heard of that?
Mm-mm.
He's from like the 90s. He's a solo guy.
I've heard of him, but I've never listened.
He does all the guitar, the singing, the drums. He did it all himself. And I was listening to I was just listening to him. I was like, oh, I bet I could like do a song like this. And then that's how I got the tone for that song on the guitar.
But yeah, there was a lot of influences, but like, there's also a lot of like our own thing on it. Like, especially in this, I incorporated a lot of like electronic piano stuff, and I love doing that. And then like, he put a lot of his own twist on it too, and so it's like a mix of like all of our favorite things plus our own thing. So it's
So like,
really
how does
fun.
that work? Because like, is it essentially like one of you presents like a beat or a sound or something, and like the other builds off of it, or is it just kind of like you present it and it's like, can you make something of this or no, or like how does that like how does two become?
That's what I was
How do
gonna
they
ask
kiss?
you, Avery, because I was gonna ask you what is your approach.
I think it honestly
coming
is
into
more
this.
just like, I never really viewed it as like, oh, we're working on an album. It was always just like, oh, he's off, like we can finally hang out, so like let's just make some shit, and if like we like it, then
Yeah.
Now, have you made music before? Like-
yeah, not a ton. I have like 3 singles out.
they're really good though.
Spotify, SoundCloud.
I really
all that?
don't like the first 2, but I like the third one I did.
He goes by Bug on Spotify.
Bug and Burke.
Yeah.
But actually, to answer your question, it's a mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first few times that we were making music together, I would like hum a guitar, and I'd be like, hey, can you play this? And then he'd play it, and then he'd send it to me, and I would already have like a beat and like a piano melody down, and then I'd lay out the song. And then the more as it progressed, it was both of us coming up with ideas together. But it was like, most of the time it was one of us presents an idea and the other one builds off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just like,
That's how it snowballs.
Yeah.
How it fills out.
Yeah.
When you perform these new songs live, are you gonna switch it up on the style as well?
I don't know yet.
I remember being very surprised when you played British Talk for the first time live. I thought it was gonna be the same way the album was, and it completely turned into like a hardcore metal song. You even hit your head on the piano too.
I did. I think, well, what I like about these songs already, okay, I think the reason why those songs change so much is because I had like band members who like had their own personality, and so put their own personality and input into the song. But what I love about these songs is that they're already like very like the production on this. I'm super proud of it. They're already very intricate, and they're already very weird as well. And so like even if it was played live, like I think that like the same, I think it'd be okay, because like it's already like really weird. It's already like pretty punky. There's already screaming, like there's some loud noises, there's soft moments, like so there's a little bit of everything. So I think just it being performed as is would probably be best, but I don't see a problem with switching it up ever, because that shit's fun.
So now that you do this new album, like when you start playing live again, are the old, like from the last album, are those like retired for now, or do you?
For now, yeah, because most of the live stuff I'm gonna do is with Salmonella,
Yeah.
my live band, yeah, our live band. Sorry, but yeah, which I'm so excited about. We're having a show pretty soon.
When is the
when's the show?
It's in August.
That's right.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. But yeah, I think whenever he comes back in December, we might try to stick ourselves in a lineup and play a show. But it probably won't be till then, because he goes to school in Austin. So
Yeah.
You go to UT?
Yeah.
God damn it. Motherfucker.
Roy's like, stop recording.
This podcast will no longer be available. Oh,
Are you
yeah.
RTF major?
pull me up.
When we like rewatch the podcast, there's just gonna be like a black box.
Are you an RTF major?
No, I am electrical engineering.
Okay, so you're even way more smart.
No, I just honestly, with electrical engineering, I didn't know what to choose. And then my parents, like my mom's friends with someone who was one, and they're like, "Oh, you should like sign up for this." And I was like, "Okay." And then I realized like, not for me.
Yeah.
Mostly like, I don't know. They were just like, you gotta do calculus every day of your life for the next 4 years. And
Shit.
it's just like, no, thank you. So I'll probably switch to like biology or something.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I think that's also why we're like, all right, this time is precious. Like, let's try to have as much fun as we can. Because he's only here for the summer. So,
And so you're from here?
I am.
Where'd you go to high school
Lubbock High.
at? Okay.
That's
Do you
where-
listen?
I
Just kidding. I just had to throw that out.
I honestly didn't hear you say that.
Damn it, Bradley.
So, oh,
yeah. Yeah, we met at Lubbock High.
We don't listen to Longhorns.
First time I met him, I thought he didn't like me. And then it switched. We just like, I think we were both shy. Yeah.
Well, how are you recording this? Laptop, phone, studio? What do you
So
do?
we switched. We
Sort of.
yeah, we mixed it up. We used both of our expertise. So he uses Logic, which is also made by Apple. So it's like a step up of GarageBand. So we did guitars and vocals and stuff on there, and then we would either send the vocals back to GarageBand, and I would do the drums, pianos, and then I would mix the vocals on GarageBand as well. So
Yeah.
so on iPad and computer.
Yeah, we honestly switched it up a lot though. I feel like more often than not, we were just using GarageBand because that's what I used for the first 2 songs I made, and I just started like experimenting with Logic, so that's how I made the third one.
Yeah, but yeah, we both know GarageBand very well, so a lot of the songs were on GarageBand.
How many hours of that did it take? What'd you say?
know.
If you had to put
I don't know. It
a
never
number
like,
on it.
yeah, like I said, it never really felt like a chore or anything, so we weren't like counting the hours, but
I would say some of them were like 6 to
yeah,
6
and others
hours.
were literally like made 2 of them in like an hour and a half.
yeah. We made 3 songs in one day. That was our biggest day. That was the day we were like, holy shit, we could make something of this.
Yeah.
So
And this is at your house?
this was at, it was in between our houses.
Damn.
Yeah.
Does that just like add another element, like bouncing back between all of it?
Yeah, it was fun. We did most of them at my house though, because the album is called Atrium Sessions, because the house is getting retired in the fall.
Oh,
So
What do you mean?
Em and Eli are moving to the Cast Studios.
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, so they're gonna be throwing house shows
Still,
at First Friday, so it's gonna be
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's
Awesome.
actually really cool.
it's gonna be awesome.
that's perfect.
So yeah, love living with them so much, and I wanted to carry on the legacy of the house, and so
Yeah.
it's called the Atrium Sessions. We made only 3 of 11 songs at his house, so most of them are made at Atrium. But yeah. And a lot of the visualizers as well. You know how Spotify has like the video things that a lot of the visualizers are like VHS shots of the house just to like
Oh, cool.
cement that as well. So
What was the most difficult thing about making this album? Was there any?
Good question.
that is a good question.
Because honestly, I think what's been like so, I don't know what the word is, like astounding or like surprising about it was how effortless it felt. I think.
Can that be a challenge? You're like, fuck, this is too easy. Like that almost. Does that ever get in your
No.
I
head?
have had
Does that ever get in your head?
I don't think so, because like by the end of it, I was pooped. Like I
Oh, okay.
produced all but one song on that album. So yeah, I was just fucking pooped. So like yeah, it was like super easy, but like in the end, I was drained.
Do you think it was easy almost because it was like it happened as organically as it did, so it flowed out so easily? So it's just like once you release, it's like, okay, like
That-
it's done.
Yeah, that's
Death.
exactly how. It
You know
felt.
what I mean? Essentially,
Yeah,
like
I was like, holy shit, that time has passed, and like I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, but I think the hardest part has been the fucking CDs and merch. To be honest,
Yeah, that's been slaving.
Yeah, we've had so many problems with the screen printing. We finally got it to work.
Oh, nice.
Gotta rep that shit. And then the CD burning took a while too, but like I don't know, everything like fell into its right place, and it was very nice.
it's working out.
When was the last time you got a burned CD, Jen?
Everything in its right place.
Honestly, shout out Ray Madrid. He was burning me CDs up until we were like 19, 20.
Nice.
It used to be a thing, and then just
Oh,
He would just make me mixes of like, I don't know, like Texas rap and like
Yeah.
metal and shit like that.
Each of these CDs we drew on each one of them. And,
I saw that.
Customized them. I showed you all the goofy ones. There's good ones. But yeah, I'm really happy with this whole project. It's something like I was feeling very disappointed with my last album. Like, yes, people enjoyed it, and that's great. I'm glad it resonated with people. That's awesome. But yeah, I just like wanted to do better because I feel like I could, and I feel like this album is very much that. And this motherfucker outdid himself too. Yeah.
Y'all are doing a listening party for it?
Yes. When is that? The 9th?
July
July 9th. July 9th. Come, it's free. It's free. We're having a movie showing afterwards as well.
Is that a Sunday? Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday. July 9th. There you go, people.
Yeah.
At the Atrium?
Yes. At the
And
Atrium.
you're doing a movie night, you said?
Yes.
What are you watching?
I can't tell y'all that yet. It's a surprise.
You can tell us, but we'll bleep it out. I want to know.
We all really bleep it out?
I will. Yes.
All right, we're watching Twilight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I knew Rango was in the mix up.
Yeah, it's either Twilight or Rango. It's between the
say
two.
less.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are both like masterpieces.
Yeah.
my goodness. What were some of your, outside of music, some of your influences for this album? Do you have any? Personal life, books, political events, Lubbock events.
Yeah. What was I watching? I was watching a movie. Oh yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Do you know what Tetsuo the Iron Man is?
Never heard of
Yeah.
this. Of course they have.
So it's this movie about this guy who gets like eaten alive from the inside by like mechanical parts, and it's like a claymation. It's a really old
Body
movie. Body horror movie. It's very brutal. But so there is a dark wave song on the album that Jen was talking about earlier, and a lot of that inspiration for that song came from that movie because it's about like industrial decay. And I was also on TikTok quite a bit during this album, which was frustrating. I've kicked that. I hate TikTok. But I was getting a lot of like really like strange like TikTok live videos, like people in factories like making vapes and shit like that. Like it was like really strange shit. And so I was just like, fuck, like I just feel like the whole world is like,
Was that shit gross?
yeah, it made me
And
feel,
you're still vaping. Come on, brother.
No, I'm not.
Come on, brother.
Cut that out.
Come on now.
But yeah, so I guess that movie was very much inspired that song.
What was it called?
Yeah. Tetsuo the Iron Man.
When
So-
You can find it free on YouTube.
Is it Korean or
Japanese.
Japanese? Okay.
Japanese.
Okay.
I gotta check that out.
Honestly, a lot of movies were an inspiration for this album. In one of the songs, Avery screams the entire Hereditary monologue of the mom screaming at the son. And he does it over this like really crazy synth beat. It's awesome. And at the beginning of the song, we sample Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder. He did Parasite. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie. He's like my favorite director. So actually, movies
Korean
were definitely a
That's
Korean movie.
Korean.
Yeah, definitely a heavy influence in this album. Yeah.
Damn. I need to catch up on my shit. I don't know any of this stuff. I've never seen Parasite.
It's good. It'll blow your balls
It's another
off.
one of those movies, man. I
Memories of
know.
Murder, though.
Have you seen that one?
Jen hates
No.
my attitude, but if you tell me to watch it, I'm like, nah, I ain't
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Fuck.
really unfortunate he holds himself back in those
I haven't seen Spider-Man
senses.
because of that.
Yeah.
Because of what?
Because everybody's like, go watch it. I'm like, nah.
Bro.
Nope.
Yeah,
I will
I
not.
can't believe it.
I will not.
Grown as fuck. He's like, you recommend. He's like, I don't want to.
It's not the recommending.
want to watch Spider-Man.
It's not the recommending. It's you gotta go watch it.
I don't care.
No, fuck no.
How I
ain't
invited
watching
him,
that
and I
shit.
ended up having to go by myself.
Me and Jen were hanging out that night. First of all,
Yeah, right.
We were
we
actually.
were cozy that night.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the
that's
Fall
the
of
night-
Fall of Western Civilization Part 2 or Part 1
Mm-mm.
or Part 3?
What is that?
You should watch that. It's a fucking.
So they're
cool. I've
like-
seen the first one.
I haven't
That's
seen the
great.
first one. Yes.
Ate me alive, bro.
I haven't seen the first one, but the second one was essentially
Metal
a
Years.
documentary filmed in the 80s on the like glam and hair metal and heavy metal scene. And so the interviews are some of them are like actual bands that made it,
Kiss.
like Kiss, like Paul
Poison.
Stanley, Gene Simmons is on there, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, some of the
Poison.
members from Poison, Lizzie Borden, shit like that. But then a lot of the people in the documentary are people
Trying
who
to
are
come up.
trying to. Sis.
I'm gonna keep doing it now.
They're trying to make it essentially.
So they're trying to come up and
I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
explain it. I'm gonna let you explain
No,
it,
I'm kidding.
podcaster.
go ahead. I'm just
No, I'm
kidding.
done. I gotta drink my smoothie.
You should watch it.
It's good.
What's it
It's
on?
so good. I saw it on Screenbox.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, I'll give you my password. I'll give you my
Did you
shit.
have to pay for that?
Bet.
It's like $2.99 a
It's
month.
not bad.
$3.99.
What
I
is
got it.
Screenbox?
It's like a
I can't
level.
believe that's on
I
there.
would say a good 2 or 3 levels below Shutter.
Okay.
I can't believe that movie's on there.
Well, I downloaded
Bless
it. I downloaded it because
bless.
we got ready to do the Robbie Banfitch interview, so that was the only place it was streaming on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Makes
the
sense.
Outwaters. The Outwaters. That's
Yeah.
what.
Well, anyways,
what's on
that
there.
night we were watching it, so I didn't go watch Spider-Man.
I robbed
I had
the
seen
road.
the
I
first
read
one.
it the night
You missed
before,
one of the
he
best
still said
animated
no.
movies of all
That's what I
time.
heard, and I'm not gonna watch it.
So you've
but-
never seen that one from like 2019?
what?
Across the Spider Verse or
Uh-uh.
Spider Verse or whatever?
No, but so the
It's
first
really good.
the first Fall of Western
I'm
Civilization
SMHing so hard.
is
right now.
the punk era,
can't watch
and
it.
they interview what's that fool from the Germs that
They-
killed himself?
Darby Crash?
Yeah, they like in his house. He's got like a disgusting ass house.
Wait, are you
they're-
recommending this to me?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
telling you. About
I
it.
would
I was about to say
recommend
because
it.
I didn't want to
I'm
watch
just
it.
telling you about it. I don't think you should watch it. I'm just telling you about it.
No, the first one's great. They interview Fear, Circle Jerks, X, Black Flag before Henry Rollins, and then who else? I think that's it. But they're all like are in the Germs. And,
Nice.
yeah,
This is like right before he killed himself.
a young Pat Smear from
It's
Nirvana
fucking
is on
crazy.
Damn.
All the bands he's been in, all the dudes that have died in the bands he's been in. Jesus.
But it was a really good. The one we watched was really good. I love metal through the years and eras and shit. And so
I like
it was
music
just,
documentaries a lot. So.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
So this
it's just
was
interesting to watch.
Like mid 80s, late 80s?
I would say
And
it
those
was
kids are the
mid
same
80s.
shit you hear in Lubbock. It was very like, they had, like I told you, like the shit that I preach on this podcast, those motherfuckers were saying the same shit in that time period. I was like, oh, it was kind of discouraging a little bit. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm nothing fucking special. Jesus Christ. We just gotta get. There's a lot of talent that goes into this shit, but you gotta get lucky sometimes, man. You just gotta get fucking lucky.
That's what it's all about.
And I don't even believe in luck when I say that. Like, you just gotta get lucky. But there was like one scene where this guy was like successful and he was drinking. He was a drunk in his pool. And his mom was in the fucking interview. That was one of the saddest scenes.
That was so sad. He was like a severe alcoholic, and he looked so fucking cool though because he had like an all leather outfit in the pool. That's the only thing that was cool. But it was sad because like they placed him in the pool, fucked up, and they had his mom lounging on a chair next to the pool while she was watching her son essentially do this interview shit faced.
Talking so much
And it
shit.
just gets worse and worse, and she's just kind of
You had the
watching
3
him.
bottles of like.
There's that, but then there's also cool setups like they've got. I fucking love Kiss. So they have like Paul Stanley in like a bed of women while he's like doing this interview. So the interview is shot from like right here. So he's just like around bitches and he's just playing with them while he's talking
Damn.
about. No, but he's just like talking about how like, oh yeah, I mean to
We
make
made
it in
it.
this world, blah blah blah. Like, you know, and then there's Gene Simmons also giving life advice in a lingerie store. You know, like women are shopping for lingerie and he's just like
That's
so
so
as
funny.
I was saying, like it's just I love gaudy, nasty shit
Bitches
like
can
that.
be endearing.
When a woman says it, yes. But when I say it, no.
I mean it like they were hot, like bad bitches. I don't know. Like I mean it in a very endearing, like hey sis type of way.
I was going to say they should do a document. Dude, let me tell you this fucking story. I've been on my storytelling kick. This fucking random ass dude enters my life. Like, when I was like 21, maybe? 22, 23. And his name was I might have to cut that part out. And we're like, where the fuck did this dude come from? And he's like chilling with us, drinking with us, partying with us. And he disappears. I think he goes back to Minnesota. And these fools that I know are watching a documentary similar to this about like they're just interviewing and following people's lives. And that motherfucker was in it. And they were following him in El Paso. And then he's in Lubbock. And we had no idea that he's being interviewed and going to be on a fucking documentary about like young Americans. And he didn't tell any of us about this. This was the weirdest thing ever because I get a phone call one day and they're like, dude, have you seen this? And Brady's in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We had no idea. Like he's being interviewed in that one spooky ass place downtown. Like you can see like, oh, I have no idea. I think he's a government plant. I don't know. I still to this day was like,
That's why we gotta bleep the name out.
yeah, for real. I'm gonna have to. But I was like, dude, because he was being interviewed because he wore the same shit the whole time we saw him. He never changed.
Like a Charlie Brown.
He was in a fucking what do you call it? The all denim, a Canadian tuxedo. It's what he's wearing this whole time we're hanging out with him for 2-3 years.
the denim warrior.
And then in the interview he's wearing the same shit. So he was with us being interviewed in Lubbock.
He just has the same clothes on in case he ever
he's
gets randomly
okay, this is
interviewed.
why I'm gonna have to leave his name out because he wasn't 21. And in an interview, he's drinking. So I think they paid him in alcohol, and he's drinking. I'm like, dude, what? How did he not tell us this? Like, I'm like, this was the
I
craziest
would have been
thing.
bragging. Be like, yeah,
For
I'm
real,
getting interviewed.
for real.
Free
I'm in a
alcohol.
documentary. Like, what the fuck, dude? I just remembered that. That was the weirdest thing in my life. I couldn't fucking believe it because he was like dancing at a bar in El Paso because he had told us he came from El Paso, and then he's over here in Lubbock, and then he goes to Minnesota. We were just
Sleeper
like,
agent.
government plants exist. I'm telling you, dude. I don't know what
Living
the
his
fuck
own
that was
life.
about.
Baby Gronk into it.
But I say that to say if
That's
any
the
documentary,
activation.
anybody looking to make a good documentary should come to Lubbock. I think, anyways, and document the house shows and the Lubbock art trails and all that shit.
I feel like that's really something that like some of these videographers need to do. It's like
Shit, my bad. Just getting flew my
there
Jesus Christ.
but there is like such a strong, healthy scene out here right now for now. And I hate to say it that way. You know what I mean? But like everything fluctuates, everything has its peaks and valleys. But there is really something to be documented with what's going on
Well,
in Lubbock with
Ronside just started a group chat with a bunch of videographers, so they're going to start filming
Perfect.
and taking pictures of all the shows.
yeah, like
They need to follow somebody though, like follow like groups of people. I think.
well, I mean, I feel like the people to look into would be like, of course, like Atrium, Ronside, Studio C. I would even say like season 3, the Loft Boys, like from like everybody is actively doing shit in here.
There's a new one too, called The Cage.
I saw that.
What's
They
that?
recently followed me.
It's in the backyard. So the reason why
There was a metal show there recently.
yeah, the reason it was awesome. Well, I didn't see it, but the videos looked awesome.
Mhm.
But the reason why it works is because the law is you can't play loud music outside past 8. So it's from 2 to 8 is when the shows are. So it's a little different.
But it was like during the week, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
it was like on a fucking
Yeah,
Wednesday
but it
or
was their
shit.
first show. I think they were just trying to test the waters and stuff like that. But
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, how the fuck were they playing that loud music in a backyard?
yeah, I
I
was
saw
wondering that
it.
too. And then I saw the time, so I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah,
There
there's.
was more shit like that out here.
I once seen a cool music documentary where it covers the Detroit music scene back in the late '90s, and like all the bands that they cover, the only one that truly made it was the White Stripes, and it was during the time when the White Stripes were
Of course, you bring
barely
them up.
starting to like go up, and so like all these bands are like talking shit about them because they're playing all in Detroit and they're going to like London and LA, so it's kind of a cool like thing to see like before a band becomes big.
Yeah.
And all the other bands just talking
I'm
shit
telling you,
about
come to
them.
Lubbock, people, because
We got some talented people here. One of us is bound to make
That was
it.
what was weird about that fall of Western civilization is they all had the same, like you could hear it in them, like because they were asking her like, what happens if you don't make it or something like that. They were like, this is not an option, and
Yeah.
a lot of them didn't make it. That was
Yeah.
what was weird. I was like, damn, it's crazy.
But that's also like what is making it? I feel like that's such a strange scale to like.
Well, in that time,
really
in that
sell your
period, the
I was
decadence of the '80s was probably
literally
like,
I was literally thinking about that today. I was alone at the warehouse of my job, and I was sitting there and I was like, if I got like super, famous today, like what would I miss that's going on right now? And I just realized how much I love this like small community of people here. Like the artists, like the house shows are such a wonderful experience, and the every like all the musicians are so nice, and like I don't know, it's just this is like sense of community is something that I will always
It's
be
almost-
thankful for.
Yeah, it's almost like there are things to really like appreciate at every step of these. Like you're starting off in a small city with a really tight community doing house shows. You know what I mean? Like who knows where this will go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like there's something to be appreciated about like this era of like little success or whatever. I feel.
well, you're right though.
And
It all
I-
goes through.
And I read something. It was like a slide pictograph type thing on like Instagram, and it was something like it was essentially just like really blunt facts, and it was just kind of like you most likely will not become super famous, you know what I mean? But that should also give you some peace knowing that even if it doesn't happen, that shouldn't stop you from creating or going full force into like what you want to do.
Yeah, doing what you love.
Yeah, but it was just kind of like that should give you some peace knowing, and it should also kind of give you peace that people that do quote unquote make it don't necessarily have a harder work ethic than anybody else. It's just literally just divine timing and just divine luck.
That's
that
one of
just
my
happens.
dislikes of social media, man. That's what it does. I think it takes away all that.
But I mean,
Some people just play the algorithm game and they get lucky like that,
maybe.
and they're not fucking talented at all. You know what I mean? And
Maybe,
they get
but I
famous
mean-
for the wrong reasons.
But there's also ways to like beat the algorithm game with like shit
Yeah,
tons
just don't
of
join
cross
it.
promotions and shit like that. So I mean, there's
But you-
ways to kind of
I think
But-
if you're also like no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even if you do make it, you still got to maintain that
yeah.
status, and you can still fall pretty hard once you do make it. I mean, hell, look at, I don't know, for example, the Kings of Leon. They had a great first 2 albums. They were great in the underground scene, had a great, alternative like sound. But then like their third album came out and they were big. I mean, they were big mainstream rock, won Grammys, were nominated, and then they just fell under pressure and they couldn't maintain it and they fell off hard.
Well, I don't think it was necessarily that. I think it has to do with Caleb. He I think that's his name, the lead singer.
Yeah.
He got deep into alcoholism where it was really fucking up their shows.
Yeah.
He
Like,
ruined
he
the
was,
show
like-
my mom went to.
He was
In
storming
Dallas?
off.
Yeah.
He was canceling. So I don't think, because their music still fucks. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't
it has
think
everything
it's
to do
about-
with
Even if you fall off, I don't think that really matters. I think it's about the people that genuinely are fans
Mhm.
and know your music, know who you are. I rather fall off and have my loyal fans around me, because people could say I Dress fell off after that one song that was really big, blew up, but no, he's so good, and there's a lot of good music that he continues to make. So
Yeah.
I don't really think that shit matters, to be
Yeah.
honest. As long as they're still making a living and doing shows and being able to fund what they love, I think that's all that matters to at least an artist. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. Because, there are some albums or whatever from some bands that I haven't listened to any of their recent work, but I know that one album means, whatever to me. And that's just, at the end of the day, I think that's kind of what these things are, is creating something that will have an impact on somebody, or that somebody likes, or just that somebody enjoys. You're just making something to consume,
Yeah.
and to be experienced.
Those thoughts ever come in your head when you're making music?
What?
Just about the longevity of the song? No, you just
Not really.
you just do it.
I just feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually get a little funny when we make music. It just helps the flow better. Yeah.
Do you think that helps you make music for you and not make music to be listened to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I really wanted to just make music and not give a shit about if it was weird or whatever. If I liked it, then it was cool,
Mm-hmm.
and if he liked it, then it was cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like a group named Prayers, and the guy who leads it, he goes by Leah Farsayer, and I remember in a really early interview when they were barely up and coming, they had barely just only released one EP, and they were really trying to push this genre of cholo goth, which is still very prevalent, and they created a huge movement. But he kind of spoke about I think somebody was kind of asking him who are you trying to appeal to or whatever, and he was just I'm making music for me, and if you like it, then you're welcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't make music to appeal to audiences or make it perfectly split down the middle for anybody. I'm doing what I like, and the people who like it will find it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel that's the cool part about shit like that,
I've never heard of Cholo Goth. That sounds crazy.
Oh, hard. You're
I need
welcome.
to check that out.
You're
I'm gonna
welcome.
do that,
Prayers.
in the car.
Yeah, we'll listen to it on the
Prayers.
way back.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're gonna be like that.
For sure.
I bet Jen listens to that shit. That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's cool.
So Prayers it was 2 people. Now it's just Leah Farsayer, but he is an actual Sherman Oaks gang member from San Diego. But he grew up very Chicano, very deep, in his Mexicano roots and his gang roots, but he was a very alternative punk, metalhead, goth kid. And so that those all that aesthetic clashed with the masculinity of Sherman Oak gangs. And so he kind of just said fuck it and started wearing the nail polish and the lipstick and the chains, and his gang was hell yeah, bro, we support that. And so
That's
now
so cool.
so it's
That's
now
awesome.
so it's now when they play, I saw them in Vegas recently.
That was cool.
And so now when they play, he'll be doing his electronic shit, but like his gang members or whatever, his cholos will like be all chained up and have like all their shit, but they'll just like stand guard and watch while he performs. You have to fucking see it.
This hype man, bro.
It was
Yeah,
cool.
That's
they're not
awesome.
even hype men. They literally just stand there.
I don't mean any disrespect.
So
it was
nobody-
like in Star Wars, you know, those guards and
stormtroopers.
yeah, I was like, whoa.
Harder
'Cause,
and like
yeah.
shirtless and like
Yeah, we saw them in Vegas a
That's
month ago.
awesome.
They're one of my
About a month
favorite.
ago.
They're one of my
It was
favorite
fucking
groups.
cool.
They definitely inspired that fucking event right there. Fools and Ghouls. That's all of it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Shit.
Prayers. All right.
Oh, so that's the same guy y'all met in Phoenix?
I was gonna
That's
tell.
Dave
I was
Parley.
gonna tell that
That
story.
was the. He used to be part of Prayers.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but one of my favorite moments in my life was that other guy. He has a coffee shop in Phoenix. So I had went there before without Jen, and then we went there with Jen, and he was like, "Oh, I remember you." He told me that. I was like, "Thank you, dude." That's a fucking
Yeah.
cool.
And we
that's
ended
what
up
the fuck-
seeing him later that night at a warehouse party. Him and his wife. So we were like, they were like, "Y'all are so cool looking," and we
I
were
was
like,
like-
"Y'all are cool looking."
That was one of the
Mom and
coolest
Dad."
moments in my life. I was like, "Dude, you remember me, dude?"
Why didn't y'all swap?
Like, well, because like, they were
Information.
like, they were.
No, he
shook
knows.
at, like,
He knows who we are. Yeah.
Texas goths or like Texas alternatives, and they're like Arizona alternative goths. So we were just like, "Y'all are cool." They're like, "Y'all are cool," and we're like,
Nah, that was cool. We saw him play. There was maybe just Jen in the front. That was it.
Yeah, I was
It was
shaking
only
ass.
Jen,
I didn't give
and
a
they were.
fuck.
It was such a cool event,
Yeah,
and it was just Dave. What's his name? Dave Parley.
Dave Parley DJing.
It was so fucking
I was
cool. Like,
hanging out a good
my
time.
uncle was, like,
Went and
involved in
danced
that
next
shit.
to his wife. Told her I fucking love what y'all do.
Dang.
Danced away. I was
That
just.
sounds so cool.
It was-
yeah,
it
that's
was
my
wild.
whole world.
It was a cool moment in my life. I don't know if he's still doing it over there, but you should go to Phoenix. That's a fucking cool place.
That's a great scene.
Really?
Yeah, that's a cool.
Well, I don't know if you're into that stuff, but yeah, it's a fucking cool place. Yeah, I like.
Who knows, it might
My,
inspire your next album.
we might go desert
It's
mode.
gonna be a bit. I'm not making.
you come out a different
I'm not.
style.
I'm not doing another album this year.
You said that. You said that last time.
No, I'm not. I have.
For a little
I have a
break.
different idea in mind. Me and Noah, who usually does my music videos.
Noah.
Yeah, we
Alonzo?
all Noah Alonzo.
Oh, okay.
Noah Alfaro. Sorry, Noah Alfaro. We all sat down and like.
Is that the rapper?
No, he's a photographer here in Lubbock.
Oh,
Yeah, he does. Me and him have done every single one of my music videos. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Noah. He's awesome. But we all three sat down and we, mainly him, but we came up with a music video for every single song on this album. So I was like, all right, that's perfect because I want to take a break from music for a little bit, except for live performances, of course. So yeah,
Why do you keep wanting to take breaks?
I need to let myself breathe. It
Yeah.
takes a lot out of me. Yeah. I took a 3-month break, except for live
That's
music
fine.
between
Or kill it.
this album and my
Killing
last
shit.
album. So
When did you release that last album?
February.
February, and then you started back in with him in May.
May or March.
I
Yeah.
think mine.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you do in that break? Do you think about what are you doing? Just chilling with the cat.
Oh, I got another cat.
You got another one.
Oh
Got a
yeah.
kitty.
He's a little kitty.
Oh, he might be getting a new cat soon.
Yes, dude.
I'm gonna
he's-
catch that black one.
He's
He's
the
gonna.
cutest thing in the whole fucking world. He's so cute. But yeah, I usually hang out with my partner and we cook together every. Yeah. I really like to relax when I'm on my break, because when I do music, it's all the fucking time. Like when I'm free, I'm on my iPad doing stuff. Yeah, and we are both very busy people, so whenever we were free, it was music as well. So
Is it difficult maintaining a relationship when you're doing music?
Not for us. I don't think. Yeah. Not for us.
You know, I mean, we normally get it done pretty quick too. It was like every time we hung out, we produced a song like every single time.
Yeah.
So, and if not more.
Yeah. It was. I've never had a project go this smoothly, this well, and been this proud of anything I've worked on. I'm so proud of it. Yeah. It's crazy. This is like a once in a lifetime occurrance. Like it came together so
Yeah.
fucking well.
And we didn't even have to be hanging out. Like for some of the songs, like in the middle of the week, he'd be like in the bathroom at work, and he'd be like sending me something. I'm like, "What do you think of this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I think I can put something on that." Or or I'd just like be at my house doing something, and then I'd have like a guitar riff come to my head, and I go record it, and I record a couple more, and then see if either of those worked at the end of the week or that day. So it's like it's a pretty steady, constant
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. Yeah. It was smooth though. It was so nice.
Yeah.
I've never there's not a lot of people I like work well with very like fluidly. Like I like learning with people who don't do things the same way as I do. It like takes me out of my comfort zone. But like we both very much I think have the same like creative flow, and so it just worked so fucking well. Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah.
Do y'all plan on working together again in the future?
Most definitely.
Oh yeah.
In December?
Oh yeah. This is the beginning of a beautiful music relationship.
Yeah, I think the goal is every summer
Yeah.
have an album.
Oh shit!
So-
There you go.
We'll see. See what it's looking like.
I'm already so excited.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think honestly, like I'm really, really proud with what we did with the album. But I guess kind of like what he was saying earlier, I still kind of feel like I can do more. And I think that's partially because I honestly haven't been playing guitar for that long. So like I just feel like even over like the progress of making the album, I've gotten so much better, and I feel like I always am.
Yeah, our final songs are the best ones because they were the ones
And
last
so
made.
yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I feel like they'll just keep getting better with time.
We both I think both of us very much like learned and progressed through experimenting with each other on things. Like we both did things that we've never done before when it came to like technical stuff, and yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, it was like a playground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what's so good is just like so much more. It's like barely even scratched the surface.
Yeah, so I'm so fucking excited. I imagine that we'll keep making music even when he moves. It's so easy to send stuff to each
Yeah.
other. So
To that shit old school. Sorry, my bad.
Dude, honestly, this last year was like terrible. I had like
Really?
my room was so small. Like I think it was probably from like where this ends right here to that like end of the curtain, like for two people with bunk beds
yeah,
And
no
desks.
no sink,
and TV. Like
a little indention for a closet.
it was crazy. Like that contributed to like the year being pretty terrible. Not gonna lie, but getting out, going to an apartment, it's all good.
Was your roommate cool?
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay.
if I didn't like vibe with my roommate as well as I did, like
Rupak's the best. He's
crazy. Yeah,
he's
he came
awesome.
down from one of the house shows actually back in February.
Really?
Yeah, he was there at my album
Birthday
release birthday one. Yeah,
Shout out Rupak.
yeah. Shout out Rupak.
Hope you're listening, buddy. All right, let's take a break real quick. I have to piss like a motherfucker.
But
I need a break from it. I'm all sweating.
a lot of the like raspy vocals from the live performances I incorporated into this album because I finally had guitars to do it with. So
Mhm. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
When's the first live show for you?
We don't know yet.
Sometime in the winter,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, sometime in the winter,
Oh, okay.
hopefully.
Yeah, dude, I don't even remember. Like I told him, I don't know how to play like most of the songs, like, because I never like recorded me actually like playing it. So I'm just gonna have to like.
It was so in the moment. I don't remember a lot of the like piano stuff either. Like
I'm just gonna have to like go back and maybe like take the files and like single out some, because I can work out like the like main riffs, but like the like chord progressions in the background, like I can't make it out under all the music, dude. Like.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to figure it out.
How long have you been playing guitar?
I don't know. I've been like on and off sort of for the past like few years, but never like I would do it like just like at night, like when I couldn't sleep, because like in high school I really didn't sleep a lot, so I would like play guitar here and there, but I never really like tried to get better. I was always doing like just like 2 or 3 chord like they call them like campfire songs, because like super easy to play, like, you know. So I didn't actually like start practicing and getting better until like maybe July of last year, And so, and I'm all self-taught with that. Like, so I just look at tabs. I don't even know like how to read the music for the guitar, like, and play it. So I just kind of like play and see if it sounds good. That's about it.
I don't know how to read music either.
I can read
like,
music,
I don't.
but I not for the guitar, for the piano.
Is that even useful unless you're like a
Yeah, no,
composer
it's
or
it's
something?
definitely useful. It's definitely useful,
For
but I
sure.
don't think you always need it to express.
To create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shout out the people who do. Shit's impressive as fuck.
shout out to you maestros out there doing your thing, man. If not, you've been on here 3 times, buddy. How you feeling about that?
I
Might be 4 or 5, 6 times by the end of the year.
I love coming over here.
You might end. I don't know if anybody's been on here 3 times.
Really? I was on their podcast too. That's
4.
4.
And you were on the conversation pit, so 5.
No, I
That's
think
more than-
the conversation pit was included in that.
No, this is the 3rd snake pit, so you were on 5 times.
No, he had his own
Dude, you
episode.
need like a plaque.
And
Yeah, I
then,
need
Because then
to-
we did it on that
Employee
little
of the month
after
type.
Lords.
Yeah, we had 2 single
You
episodes.
guys did Lords, and then we did one with him right after
No,
Lords where we
Lord.
cried. And then
That was a good episode.
it was. And then we did the conversation pit.
And now this is the.
But full disclosure, that never came out, that episode.
Why not? Because I was crying.
Really?
You could hear me crying.
Well, just, some things were said that Jin was not a fan of. So.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't gonna listen.
I still
back to
have it. I can
I'm
release
not gonna
it.
be like, I'm gonna do it again.
I can release
That's
it. I
understandable.
just never released
Let's redo
it.
it
I
right
still
now.
have it. Everything is,
No,
everything's
I
in the
lo-
archives.
I love all 3 of y'all so much, and I'm very thankful to be like friends with all of y'all. Like even outside of this, like at shows, and I talk to you on Instagram all the time. Like, yeah, I love all 3 of y'all. I hope I hope to be on here many more times. I love talking
sure.
to y'all. I need a little. Yeah, everybody's saying I need a little plaque, like an
Yeah.
employee of the month plaque.
We need a 5 timers.
Well, your plaque's up there. Y'all can't see it, but he's got
Have it like etched in gold or
the
some shit. That'd be
ingredients for
awesome.
meth up there. So none of y'all can see it, but it's up there. And there's our little dragonfly hanging out right next to it.
Add it to the art.
I mean, that's what's been going on in your life. What you been doing after this album? When did y'all finish it?
When did we finish it?
I'd say like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 weeks.
yeah. Turned it in 2 days ago.
Is it hard to turn it in?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, especially because I was stupid and I misspelled 2 songs, so I had to resubmit it. But yeah, I work a lot, to be honest. I work a lot. I hang out with my partner Lex, who I love very much. Try to go to as many house shows as I can. But yeah,
Where do you work at?
lazy boy. I'm a delivery driver, warehouse guy.
I'm a landscaper. Do you ever get any? Because I know those jobs can get shitty, and you're just like fuck. Especially because you want to do other things, right?
My job is actually pretty chill, honestly. My boss is awesome.
Well, I mean, do you ever get any like motivation out of, or any wisdom out of doing these sort of jobs?
Not really.
No.
I get stronger from listing furniture.
You just fit. Hey, that works.
I made a lot of songs in the warehouse at Lazy Boy as well. But yeah, it's just another job, but it is the best job I've had. It's the bosses are very attentive to problems, so if there's a problem, it doesn't last too long. So
Yeah, because I mean, I was saying that because I have a good job too. I like my boss, and it's pretty smooth. But it's not what I want to do with my life.
oh yeah,
And I try to
this is
find.
very much temporary.
I just try to find like the positive out of it, and I try to make the most out of it. So I try to learn a lot, and I just wondered if that's what you do.
oh yeah, I
You
mean,
try to.
I'm making the best money I've ever made. I mean, we've talked about on other podcasts how I was homeless for a little bit. So like I'm doing much better financially than I ever was. You know, I'm involved in an awesome community of artists. I'm out here making stuff I'm proud of with my friends. Like, and this is just a very much temporary job, but I'm very thankful and happy with where I'm at as well. So
Do you work with people you don't like?
yeah, but that's life, isn't it?
How do you deal with it?
I ignore them.
Yeah.
No, I always, it's always better to be the bigger man when it comes to coworker shit. Cause like, I don't know, man. A lot of people don't have the patience or discipline to communicate. They're very quick to like anger and shit like that. And I've been there too, so it's understandable. So it's always better to like not further escalate the situation, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, it can get heated in those situations, especially now it's hot.
oh yeah,
It's hot as fuck. You getting pissed off.
almost passed out the other day. It was so hot.
In those fucking, are you in like in a those
Warehouse.
Yeah. Oh hell no.
It's bad. I had like a fan and the AC was blaring. It was
My
tough.
friend almost had a heat stroke doing some shit like that. For real, I was like, you fucking idiot.
I overheat so easily, so it just happens.
The other day, because I still do tile with my dad every now and then,
Like,
ceramic tile.
oh no.
Yeah, and there was some. Well, we also do like vinyl and like wood floor. Well, they had some extra wood floor in the attic, so I was volunteering
Oof.
to go up there, and I was like, man, I don't get how people like all day, like when they install like AC units and all that. I don't
Shout
get-
out to the Mexicans doing that
yeah,
shit,
I don't
dog.
get how they
because-
could stay up there, and it was like only like 90. I mean, now it's about to be 100, but 90 degrees, it's already like 110 up there.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. I could never do that. ever.
Swag does that sometimes, doesn't he? Doesn't he go up in attics?
Hmm?
Yeah.
He installs security systems.
Yeah.
Like amplifies the heat times 1,000 in there, motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Hell
Yeah, I mean,
no.
hot air rises, so
Oh no,
it's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm in the same sort of position as you, and I just try to like work through it and just see what the fuck is up, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of life lessons if you allow it to be, I guess.
You
And
kind of
it's
got to
like-
roll with the punches. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think so. I advise any young person do these sort of jobs when you're young, like, and you know you don't want to let that be the motivation because you don't
exactly.
want to do that for the rest of your
Exactly.
fucking life, and let it fuel your. Shout out to Rick Rubin for his quote: "Your job's not your purpose in life." Sometimes. Did you see that? That was
I
cool.
love Rick Rubin. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him, but I liked what he said. That was cool.
He's a smart guy.
I know Jen's a big fan of him. Is his book coming out soon? When is his book?
It's been out.
Oh, really?
The Creative Act.
I need to check that out.
It's his own telling of his creative processes and kind of how he approaches collaboration and intuition and stuff like that. So it's just kind of his blurbs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sort of like music. Who else influences you? Like that Korean fella from Parasite.
Oh, yeah. Bong Joon-ho. I think, I don't know, man. Every time Avery comes around, he always gets me listening to a lot of iDress. So I think, like, none of our songs sound like iDress songs, but just his whole approach to music is what.
he started out like same way, like bedroom, like very stripped back, using like basic stuff. So I think like even if stuff doesn't sound exactly the same, like it, I don't know, it kind of has the same feel.
Has the same character, for sure. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it was just like an accumulation of what I've learned from doing live music too, especially like vocally and stuff like that. So a lot of my bandmates, shout out to all of them, have inspired me
Emma?
as well. Emma, Ewan,
Emmy.
Josh,
Avenue Q
all
420.
of them. They're all awesome and really creative people. So it's nice to have like other people that you know that are helping you be creative as well. It's cool as fuck, actually.
Let me ask you this: How do you personally, how would you maintain character? The character of Ebnog, no matter the success or the failures. How are you gonna be Ebnog your
Like,
whole
how would I
life?
stay true to myself?
Yeah, pretty much. How are you gonna be Burke for the rest of your life? Do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of part of me there's a lot of like parts of me that I don't think I think will always be with me, but like I'm always changing and becoming a different person. But I think as long as I'm doing what I love and getting that out there, then like I'll always be,
I think that's what I love about you and Emma because you guys are the ones I communicate with the most, and y'all's friends, is you're always talking about changing and adjusting, and I'm not that way.
Yeah.
It's just not who I am. Like, I'm me. You like it or you don't.
Yeah,
It's a little bit, maybe gonna fuck me up in the future, but whatever.
I'm like a big thing of clay. I'm always.
I respect that.
Always
That's why I
being
love
changed.
talking to y'all, because it's always fucking different philosophies, different mindsets every fucking time I see y'all. Every time I talk, I love it. I like hearing it. I love conversating with
I'm
y'all.
glad that's a good
you know?
thing.
I see it as a good thing. But that's why I love talking to y'all. Like, oh, he's fucking, and y'all are younger than me, and I'm like, damn, that's cool. That's fucking cool, man. Y'all are. I respect that lifestyle. It's cool.
Yeah.
That
Thank you.
mindset. That's cool.
I respect.
Is it ever challenging?
Yeah, sometimes. Because, like, a lot, I mean, like, me personally and other people, like, humans are stubborn. And so, like, change is not always warranted.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah. And so, like, a lot of, like, and it's definitely how I was raised. A lot of times that, like, people would come, like, mainly my parents would, like, come at me with, like, a problem. It was always confrontational no matter the case. So I really had to unlearn that aspect of reaction to those things. But yeah, change can be very uncomfortable, like, a lot of the times. Like,
And do you feel like almost like with the life that you have lived as long as, you know, like up to now,
yeah,
I'm sure you probably hit times where it was not an option if you wanted to change or not. Like, change was just happening. Do you think
Yeah.
that kind of helps not soften that blow, but just kind of, does it kind of give you peace of like change is just going to happen no matter what? You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's just organic.
I think at a certain point, like now especially, I'm at the point where, like, why fight it? Like, it's gonna happen.
No,
No
truly.
offense. It's gonna happen
No, yeah.
regardless of,
Hey, man, I struggle with that every day. dog.
yeah, it's a hard thing to, like, deal with, but it happens whether you like it or not. And, like, sometimes it could be for the good, sometimes it could be for the bad, but, like,
It's happening.
it's happening. You just kind of gotta accept it. And a lot of the times, like, change is good. Like, a lot of bad things have happened in my life, you know, or I've done, you know, bad things too, like, but I've changed and learned and grown from all of it.
Yeah.
Like, as shitty as it was, you know what I mean? So
And you know, it really is, like, it's like you said, it's uncomfortable and it is shitty, and it's like I've hit different moments in my life where, like, when I was younger, like, I was so hesitant to change because I was so sad about change or broken about change, or just so like, fuck again, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, again. And like, now that I've ever since I got out of my parents' house, or became like, I'm at work, I'm around older women who I've been around since I was like 19 that have put themselves through so much change, whether it's pregnancy, divorce, moving, you know, like, I've seen all these different walks of life. And so it's just like, as I got older, as I moved out, and as I started living independently, sometimes change happens where it's just, you kind of have no choice but to be like, okay, so this is what's happening. What are my options now?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and maybe that's, and I know, no disrespect, but maybe you're so hesitant to change because you've never been thrown in a situation where this is happening. Okay, now what do we do?
No, I was gonna say that.
You know what I
I've
mean?
been in
And
the
it's
same
just,
house for
because sometimes you
fucking-
don't have any other option.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or and it can be everything from like, relationships and breakups to your living situation to financial situations. I think one of the biggest wake up calls I had was my mom. In 2019, she got diagnosed with cancer. And I remember she was so angry, and she was so like, I'm not doing treatment. I'm going to go whole. Like, she was like so dramatic over stage 0, stage 1. It's so ignorant to say. And it was her sister, who's also a Capricorn like me, that told her pretty much like, you have the option though to like get better.
Yeah,
Like, you were given the news of this, but you're also given the news of you have the chance and the option to get better.
yeah,
She's like, so yeah, this really sucks that you're sick, or this really sucks, whatever, but what can we do now what we can do now is listen to our options.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least you have the option. But so it's like going through things like that is just, that was like the only thing that like kept my mom going of like, all right, mom, like they just gave us our options. Either we do this or we do this. What are we going to do? Like it was no, like there was no, I'm going to stay like this or I'm going to just ignore it. Like, no.
Kind of keeps me, it's kept me sane. It's kept me sane in some instances where I'm like
you got to find some peace in that shit. Like you got to,
yeah. Go ahead.
Like, no, that's it. Like you just have to find peace of like, okay, shit's not the same, but this is how it is now. Now what? Like, I don't know. That's
why I love doing this. I love hearing people talk about their perspective in life and all that. What keeps me sane is this, the fucking constant of my life. But then I got very stagnant doing this. So that's the bad thing about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fucking change nothing. And I was like, this fucking sucks. I got in that fucking attitude very recently. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let's do a live show. June 30th.
I'm so excited.
June 30th. If anybody wants to go. So that's why I was like, let's do things like that. But yeah, I've never been thrown in these situations before. I think that's why I'm the way I am. But I also respect people who are different than me.
Change is exciting.
Not to me, man. Not to me, buddy. I'm like, fuck that.
But one thing I love about you and why I think you're the perfect podcaster is because you love learning. And
oh man, I love it. I'm very curious. I'm very curious about.
You're like a big old cat.
I think the most interesting thing what I find the most interesting is like human nature and the way humans operate. I love it. I just want to know more. I should have went to school for psychology or something because I just want to know what's going on with humans as a whole, as an individual.
God damn it. God damn.
As Texans, as Lubbockites.
It's pissing me off. Sorry.
Jen's afraid of bugs.
I'm not. That one.
No, it's just a little gnat. It's just like.
God damn.
But sorry. I've also learned that doing this, I will never dismiss anybody's situation because it's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
People go through different shit.
Yeah.
People grow up differently, and I think that's the fun thing about hearing artists. Is like, where did that come from? Where did the music and a lot of times it's pain and suffering. And
That's
I want to hear what that is about. That's why I like.
A lot of this album comes from that. A lot of it, on the surface, it might not seem like that, but
is it hard to pull from that? No, you allow
really.
it to.
Like the first song on the album is, I was feeling a little want to not be alive anymore, and I was having like some pretty bad thoughts, and I was in the truck at Lazy Boy, and I was like, okay, I need to get this like idea and thought out of my head. So like, what's the best way to do that? So I wrote a poem about it, and immediately after that, it was gone. That like feeling was out, like, but we turned it into a song. So there's like stuff like that, and then like one of the songs, I'd sample a childhood clip of me as a kid, and the lyrics of the song are very like simple, but it was about like me not wanting to deal with like some aspects of my childhood, and I was like thinking about processing them that day. And I was like, fuck, I just want to make music today. I don't want to think about it or talk about it. And so that's kind of like where the lyrics came from as well with that. But they don't come off like that, which is nice. It doesn't, except for one song. the Tom York song comes off pretty. The Tom York song is edgy on purpose because I was like, do you know who Tom York is of Radiohead?
Okay, I know Radiohead.
He's the lead singer of Radiohead. Okay. A lot of his lyrics are like, I love Radiohead, by the way. Let me disclaim this. I love Radiohead. They're fucking fantastic. But a lot of his lyrics are goofy, and they're very like, they are kind of deep, but like not. they like try to act deep, like a lot deeper than they really are. Yeah. Like, so on that song, I tried to be as purposely like forward about being depressed as I could, and making it sound like really edgy and like almost like the exact opposite of what he does. So yeah, so except for that song, it's very not really on the surface, but that song, it's very much in your fucking face. Yeah. But yeah.
If not, you and I would say we're good friends.
Yes. We
And
are.
you're comfortable doing this now. And I'm going to ask you maybe an intimate question. You don't have to answer if you don't
Okay.
want to.
Go ahead.
You were saying life's pretty all right for you right now,
Yes.
but those thoughts still come up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you help me understand that? Because I don't.
I think it's moments of like, I don't want this to come off bad, but like moments of like insecurity and distaste with. Sometimes I'm not happy with where I'm at, and it'll just come in like emotional waves because I'm bipolar, so it'll just come in like waves and stuff. And so yeah, well, that's the thing, is when I get like that, I have to remind myself how good things are going. So like, this will always be a part of me. Like, I'll always have these like moments of very heavy self-doubt and self-loathing and
Human
shit.
nature.
When did
Yeah,
you learn
shit
that?
like that.
When did that?
What do you
When
mean?
you became aware of that? Like, I don't know if people are aware of that.
I was aware I was suicidal when I was like 15. Yeah. I've had ideations for a while. It's just learning how to deal with them has been different. I've had my ups and downs of learning how to deal with them, but music is definitely the best catalyst for that, 100%. So
And you don't have to answer this. Does it come from childhood?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
For a lot of people, huh?
100%.
Most people, right?
My parents very much, they did their best. I was their first child, but I had a lot of problems, but they didn't really handle them in the best way. So it just like really fucked me up. And also I was a bubbled homeschool kid who was very uneducated on a lot of things. And so I was very much bullied in middle school and high school too, quite a bit. So yeah, a lot of it just comes from self-doubt. And like, especially with this music stuff, like the other day I had a little meltdown. I was texting Avery. I was like, what if like, I'm so proud of this like work, like, and I know that people say they're excited or, they say they like the music that I make, but there's always just like this nagging feeling in the back of my head that like, it's all bullshit, you know what I mean? And it sucks because I have a lot of like awesome people that I've met through this house show community and like really, really good friends that I've made through this. And it just sucks to have that like doubt. It's so frustrating. It's very much something I'm dealing with.
But it's so normal, and it's like I've spoken about this before like several times, but it's just like it's hard to expect people to understand how passionate you are about something because they will never truly be able to comprehend,
Yeah, it's your perspective.
exactly,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like I've told like Roy or like Bradley before, like, you have to be as proud as you can of yourself because who else will? You know what I mean? It's just like nobody knows the work, the emotional toll it takes, the mental toll it takes to create, to put yourself out there and to just kind of be like, this is it.
Yeah.
Love it. You know what I mean? But it's also just, I mean, people are going to support, your work no matter what. But it's also just, I feel like you kind of have to come to peace of like, it's a work to be like just observed, not necessarily felt always, you know what I mean? But it is hard to like have that constant reminder of like, this is okay, if it's not received the way I need it to be received.
I think that's where like the me not calling myself a musician came from too. Is kind of that.
And imposter syndrome is so real, especially it's like when you're creating on like such a small community level, you know what I mean? It's just like that doesn't take away the fact that you're a musician or that you're a podcaster, that we're film podcasters, or like I want to go into like I want to tap into like becoming like more, I want to tap more into creative direction and kind of things like that, but it's just like the term creative can kind of gross me out sometimes because it's such a sticker term that so many people use.
It's thrown around so fucking
You know what I mean? But it's just like,
It's my major.
but it's like
Creative
how
media.
does somebody like encompass that or embody that, so it's the imposter syndrome is always just like, who the fuck told you you're a creative director? Who
Yeah.
the fuck told you? You know what I mean? And
Who the fuck told you you're a podcaster?
Nobody,
Yeah.
buddy.
I think
told
that's what
that,
that's what we came to, was kind of like one, that's not true. Like, people do care.
yeah.
But secondly, like, even if they didn't, like, this is something we're genuinely so happy with, and it's just the first step of like much more to come
exactly.
from the both of us. So
yeah.
Yeah, my mindset with this kind of stuff is always like, if I don't personally enjoy like doing whatever I'm doing, like, why do it? Because it's like, I'm not like if people like it, then like that's cool. I appreciate
Yeah.
it, and like I do, like, it's cool to see people that genuinely like something that like you've made and put time into. But if not, like, that's fine, because like I was just doing this for me anyways.
Yeah. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like what feeds you. You know what I mean? And it's like I do hair for a living, and it's like I get to tap into like my creative side with that a lot, but my bread and butter isn't necessarily all the creative shit I want to do. And I've talked to the boys about how like some shit's happened career-wise where I feel very displaced. So it's like now working in like other projects outside of hair, outside of work, whether it's fashion shows, movie nights, or other parties or events. It's just like I get to be choosy, because it's just like, what is going to like, what can I pour into that's going to feed me, that it's going to fulfill me. You know what I mean? And I feel like seeing like little projects like this, like a music project and stuff, it's like, you are a musician, but you're an artist, you're a creator, it's like you're a multi-dimensional creator, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't have to have that one sticker label of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you guys wearing? What the fuck? What are these?
You gonna stand up?
That's South
Let
Pole.
me see.
Yeah,
Let me
you're
see.
gonna stand up.
Let me see what you guys are wearing.
You got the big pants on today, baby. Amy's got the
what-
real
and the
Jinkos
chanclitas.
I
on.
was wondering what this was. You guys can't see it, but
We made
These
sure
are
we were
Jinkos.
matching today.
and what
Yeah.
are those the same?
Huh?
Kinda?
No, these are South Pole.
Oh, okay. I was like,
But yeah,
I was
these
just-
shirts, we'll be
shout
selling
out to-
shirts and CDs at the listening party as well.
Yeah.
Heads up on that.
Yeah. I think they're worth it. They're pretty cool. Like, I don't know. Did you mention like each CD is literally like, I don't know. It all feels very personalized, because like the shirts we went out and we bought, none of the shirts are the same.
Yeah, we thrifted all of them, so it's good for the planet as well. right?
Wide variety. And then like the screen printing, and then like the CDs, we like went and bought CDs, like burned them ourselves on the computers, and then every single one we like did different art on them. And I don't know, it's been really cool being so involved in every step of the process, because it's just like, it's fun.
Yeah, it's like we're our own label almost, or some shit. Like, we're
Yeah.
doing everything. It's awesome, and we're about to shoot some more music videos too soon. So that's always fun as fuck, and we got some awesome ideas for that. So yeah. Actually, I think you'll like this one. We're gonna do the video for the Tom York song. We're gonna recreate Radiohead music videos. We're gonna like parody them like really poorly on purpose, but it's just gonna be like a collage of like
That should be good.
Radiohead. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
June 7th? I mean, July 7th. Sorry.
July 7th.
July 7th.
Yes, the Atrium
Coming out.
Sessions out on all platforms,
On all
baby.
platforms.
Go listen to it.
yeah. Guys, appreciate you guys coming on. You guys
Thank
got
you for
anything-
having us.
anything else to say to the people out there?
Listen to his solo stuff. Listen to Bug
Listen
on
to
Spotify. Yeah,
If you want.
it's
You
great.
don't have to.
It's good. No, it's good.
Here you go, man. Brad?
Bradley Noah Garcia, Lords of Film. Got some cool stuff coming up.
When
I'll
will
let
this be
Jen-
released?
Probably like July. Yeah, right before July.
Okay.
Right before the album.
Right
You
before
don't,
the
you don't
album.
repeat what I am about to say until we announce it.
Okay.
Lords of Film with Dirty South, with 806 Collective is going to be our new house for season 2 of Lords of Film Movie Nights. Come see us
Yes.
July 11th for our very first, or for our season opener. We're going to be showing the black and chrome 4K version of Mad Max Fury Road.
Fuck
$2,
yes.
$2 will get you unlimited pizza and beer until we run out.
Oh
we'll
my
see you
God, yes.
there.
So, if
Dude.
it's-
I got chills announcing that because we've
I
been so
love
excited.
Mad Max. I'm so excited. This is gonna be great.
402 Avenue J.
Oh, Ebnog on Instagram, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hella
Instagram?
softs.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
You know?
All right, man. Well, if this is out before then, June 30th, the Snake Pit Live
Hell yeah.
at Cast Studio C, the same place where they will be doing their event. And I
Events.
hope you guys come out and show out. The shirts are available right now. Hit me up if you want one. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having
One
us.
love. We'll see you guys next time.